If only 90% of the internet wasn't perverted, this logo wouldn't look so awkward, especially with the videotape added in during the intro. Sure, Hulk Hogan is a controversial and polarizing figure, but come on, seeing the Hulkster alongside Jimmy Hart gives me the nostalgia jitters every time.
What's up, Hulk?
Even the microphone was quoting the Iron Sheik on Twitter by saying, "Fuck that jabroni, Hulk Hogan."
A little teeny show started.
Calm down, microphone. Hulk Hogan was saying show, not shit. I guess this microphone is too PG sensitive.
Just like...
For those who don't know, Hulk Hogan was about to tell the story of Vince McMahon being a bully, which causes the microphone to automatically cut out.
So let's get Hulk a new mic.
Well, at least the segment was somewhat memorable with the botching microphone. Not enough to be a sin remover because it was irritating, but it's a plus. The WWE did a good job with this opening video package. Man, it was awesome to see all the legendary moments from the 30 years of Monday Night Raw.
Wells Fargo Arena!
While yes, the Wells Fargo Arena is the name of 3 different arenas in the United States, this is not one of them. This is the Wells Fargo Center, located in Philadelphia. The Wells Fargo Arena is in Alabama, Arizona, and Iowa. The entire bloodline is here for the trial of Sami Zayn, and this has me questioning why Sami Zayn is also entering with the bloodline instead of by himself, considering he's the accused here. After all these years, the bloodline doesn't even have a bloodline graphic on the Titantron? One would think they would by now.
Wise man.
Reigns hands over the microphone to Paul Heyman without even instructing him on what to say. Gotta be careful because there's a chance Paul doesn't know what Roman wants him to say. Imagine Paul starts ordering Chinese takeout for the tribal chief.
Dead. And I wish the same for Sammy.
Wishing death upon someone in the middle of court. Not a good look in front of the jury. Wishing death upon someone is a sin of life anyway, so... Also, I gotta agree with something Mama Maracle told me. This sure as hell doesn't fit the Roman Reigns character since he's been praising Sami Zayn non-stop, but it absolutely fits the Paul Heyman character to suddenly manipulate someone into backstabbing. So I think we know who's really pulling the strings of the bloodline.
He's a Judas.
Somewhere in AEW, Chris Jericho just looked up and heard a familiar word before continuing on with what he was doing.
Brock Purdy.
Alright, that was funny and creative for Paul Heyman to say Brock Purdy's name in the same tone that he used to for Brock Lesnar.
Running away like the gutless coward.
Didn't you guys all run away from Brock Lesnar that one time when you had him outnumbered 4-1? I wouldn't be talking about gutless cowards if I were you. Paul Heyman actually believes that Sami Zayn posing on top of the War Games cage qualifies as betraying the bloodline. How the hell is Roman Reigns not calling Paul a dumbass by now?
And I'm not a begging man.
You think I'm trying to take out the tribal chief?
Not gonna lie, the fact that Roman Reigns is afraid that Sami Zayn could potentially take his power away is stupid yet kick-ass at the same time. Stupid because of his assumptions, but kick-ass because it shows that Sami Zayn can still be a viable threat to the Universal title.
You don't have a defense.
Roman? Are you making your voice deeper to try and sound more dominant? What are you, Star-Lord trying to mimic Thor?
And no, Solo!
Roman Reigns summons Solo Sikoa to the field when it's not even his turn. To see Jey Uso of all people save Sami Zayn from the Samoan Spike? Holy shit, that was a great moment. Let's take out 5 sins because this entire segment was epic from start to finish. It went overtime, but this moment is worth 2 overtimes. It's funny that the only thing Paul Heyman remembered from the War Games match was Sami Zayn posing on top of the cage while ignoring the fact that he's the only reason the Bloodline won that match in the first place. How does Roman Reigns not kick Paul out, honestly? He's the one doing the manipulations here.
That right there, that's what family do.
Man, I am almost tearing up from rewatching this segment. It's so damn good. Let's just remove all the sins from Raw's 30th anniversary and start over.
Not guilty for now.
That's not how court works. Someone's either guilty or not guilty, period. No for nows, no ifs, ands, or buts. Damian Priest was so excited to win the Raw Tag Team Championship that he accidentally knocked the hair in his face. Yeah, let's go. Ugh, disgusting. Should have washed my hair tonight. No one cares what's trending, and others don't care what's trending unless it's their own narrative, apparently. How sad.
16,957,000.
16,957,000? Holy shit, why is WWE not making a huge deal about the fact that they somehow managed to fit 16 million fans into this small arena? Jesus, that's gotta be the biggest indoor arena known to man.
To the leg by Damian Priest. Vicious.
Jimmy Uso kicks Damian Priest on the arm, which somehow caused Damian's jaw to get hurt. How does that logic work? Perhaps this is just coincidence, but it looks to me like Paul Heyman's failure to show factual evidence of Sami Zayn betraying the bloodline caused him to go to the corner. Roman Reigns put his special counsel on timeout.
Here comes Dom, here comes Jey.
Dominic Mysterio was already starting to fall before Jey Uso could connect the clothesline. Must have gotten poor timing there.
Back it up. It's a...
Even without the camera switch, you could clearly tell that Jey Uso missed Dominic Mysterio completely with that, given Dominic's head was protected under the middle turnbuckle.
Usos.
That spinebuster-like move hurt Damian Priest so bad it briefly turned him into a baby that wanted to be picked up by his mommy. He turned into Dominic for a moment.
Closing in on new champ! Oh, my!
Yikes, now we got Jimmy Uso spinning around before Damian could connect his clothesline. Quite a few missed timings from several moves here. Being ejected made Finn Balor so mad he decided to take off his jacket and spin it around a few times to show he means business, in hopes that it would scare the referee into letting him stay. Well, so much for that, right?
Sami Zayn.
Man, I just love it when Rhea Ripley tells the commentators to shut up. It's cool that the wrestlers can actually hear what's being said and not act like the commentators are invisible.
Maybe there's a solution.
This entire sequence of Sami Zayn taking Jimmy Uso's place in the Raw Tag Team Championship match was done perfectly. This really is the best thing going around in WWE, and I want to see more. Whoops, now Sami Zayn is injured. Someone call Solo Sikoa to take Sami's place, and if that doesn't work, send Paul Heyman in next.
Sami's feeling...
Honestly, Rhea Ripley is not even doing anything to stop Sami Zayn from hitting the haluva kick on Dominic Mysterio, so why not just continue what you're doing? It's Sami's own fault that he's getting distracted here.
Super kick!
What a devastating super kick to the air.
I don't want to see him till Saturday.
How Roman Reigns is still pissed off at Sami Zayn after what just transpired here, I will never know. This was fucking amazing and you can't change my mind. Perfection. Sami Zayn helped Jey Uso retain the Raw Tag Team Championship but curiously eyes the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which he did not help retain. I guess we actually do have a reason to keep an eye on him once WrestleMania comes around.
I'm sure he's on the list here somewhere.
JBL, aren't you literally part of the APA who are hosting this poker game in the first place? Why can't you just invite Baron Corbin yourself? What's the Godfather gonna do to stop you? Hey look, it's the didn't get a chance to be a part of the actual show crew who got invited to the poker game tonight. Much as LA Knight has been on a roll here and this is a special 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw event, it still feels random for him to show up and host a segment for his SmackDown feud with Bray Wyatt. I'm just saying.
That's about what I thought.
LA Knight doesn't even wait 5 seconds before figuring that nobody was going to show up. This dude is like the IWC on Twitter. He has no patience and desperately wants his way. Seeing The Undertaker is always exciting, but to see the American Badass return for the first time in literally forever was perfect. Raw's 30th anniversary really had a lot of exciting moments tonight.
I'm gonna give you a pass.
Heel wrestler threatens to fight someone, then backs out due to cowardice at the last second cliche.
You've done it now.
Haha, fuck you. What I like about this segment is The Undertaker gets LA Knight ready for a chokeslam that chooses to let Bray Wyatt do the honors because it's his fight, not Taker's, putting over the current talent while also looking awesome. That's how you do it. I guess it wouldn't be an American Badass appearance without his motorcycle malfunctioning. Oh, the memories. So, is everyone just gonna ignore the fact that Dexter Lumis is literally shining up a freaking axe for destruction in the background? That's more than a little concerning if you ask me. This is just sad to see. You can already see the anger in Bayley's eyes as she walks to the ring for the steel cage match that inevitably doesn't happen. Why do some wrestlers get the name graphics showcasing their accomplishments, meanwhile others don't? Like, where's Bayley's accomplishment graphic?
Wait a minute! Dakota Kai!
I would say pre-match assault, but there never was a match, so that's a huge shame. I'm just gonna throw in 100 sins, because we hyped up this cage match for the longest time, yet it's the match that gets scrapped due to overtime on the trial of Sami Zayn, when there were other contenders that could have been scrapped and not cause disappointment. Adam Pearce sometimes forgets that he's in charge since Bayley is walking all over him with no consequences.
Wells Fargo Arena. The Wells Fargo Center, KP.
Corey, please don't take my job. What's cooler than seeing D-Generation X? Seeing D-Generation X when they never announced that they'd be appearing as a group. Sure, they were all scheduled, but DX was never technically brought up in the build-up, so that was awesome to see. I was extremely confused on why Kurt Angle was randomly hanging out with D-Generation X, but I gotta admit that him being an accidental substitution for the absent Billy Gunn was done right. I love the comedy of DX so much.
Are you ready? Is that the test?
Kurt Angle being clueless of everything makes this segment even more entertaining. Another sin being removed. Maybe he could make up for the 100 I put in for the cage match cancellation, who knows?
For making a mockery out of this great sport!
Apparently the entire existence of D-Generation X is a mockery of professional wrestling. Gunther's gonna have to work on his logic here because DX is the prime example of why professional wrestling is actually relevant. It's more entertaining this way.
I'm retired.
Only DX could turn a serious stare-down situation into a funny joke the proper way, and now I think I'm gonna rewatch more DX segments on the WWE Network when I'm done.
Whoa!
Gosh darn it, Shawn Michaels is the fucking best with his mistiming of Seth Rollins music.
Hey, this booking stuff isn't easy, you know.
Guarantee everyone nearly had a heart attack when Triple H said that, fearing this would be the return of Vince McMahon. Dun dun dun! I'm just kidding, we're good.
Six-man tag team match
Against The Undertaker! Oh wait, wrong catchphrase.
You're very welcome back, folks.
One thing that's always awkward about these commercial breaks is the wrestlers standing around and waiting for the bell to ring. Like they couldn't just start the match during commercial or do a picture-in-picture thing. Always good to see Jerry the King Lawler, but this does feel a little random to have him out here, even despite the fact that this entire 6-man tag team match was full of randomness.
Did you just say throwback?
I'm surprised they let him here on the 30th anniversary.
Making fun of accents is always a sin, mostly because it's not cool to diss someone for sounding different from you.
The Royal Rumble this Saturday.
I get that Jerry Lawler is here on commentary for this match, and it's always good to have him around, but we gotta pay attention to the match currently in progress. We can discuss the Royal Rumble during the Royal Rumble.
What?
Oh. Damn, that's sad. Angelo Dawkins was a little late to the party on the double shoulder tackle attempt on Ludwig Kaiser.
Nobody home for Dawkins.
Kaiser.
I don't know if that was a fake out moment on the part of Ludwig Kaiser or Angelo Dawkins thinking he was the hit at counter, but either way, it's a sin.
There, he's done it before!
Ouch, a chop from Gunther is devastating enough, so to see it happen in midair, I literally clutched my chest in pain and I didn't even get hit by it.
Kaiser.
Oh!
Top Dollar cringed in anger just now.
Not enough! There's four!
Seth Rollins and the Street Profits really did a good job with the triple team maneuvers. Random as this match was, it was still extremely entertaining. Raw's 30th anniversary has been a fun show so far.
Pay your taxes. No, you can keep that. You earned it.
Reality. I like how Ron Simmons doesn't even have to say damn before JBL readies himself. He knows his bro so well that he instantly knew what was coming. I'm sorry, and with all due respect, why is it necessary to hold a SmackDown segment for a Raw show? You didn't have time for the women's steel cage match but had more than enough time to host this segment and match for the next 20 minutes? Even Triple H's booking has sins. What are the odds that Ric Flair had to be told that he's not competing in a match tonight in case he tries another terrible last match situation? Don't you even think about unifying these titles too. I'm at wit's end with this shit already. This is sad. Sonya Deville was actually talented in the ring and on the microphone, so why is she still the punching bag of the women's division here?
Was it really necessary to fly Daddy just to give you a big grand introduction?
Hey! You may be talented in the wrestling ring, but leave the sitting job to me. In the words of Bianca Belair, girl, That is how she says it, right?
People who work so hard, they don't get the spotlight every week.
That one moment when Sonya Deville was talking the most sense out of anyone here and gets her ass kicked as a result of it. All valid points, come on now. WWE has been showing throwbacks to the parody trailers they made for WrestleMania 21 in Hollywood. I swear, they better do that for WrestleMania 39, otherwise what was the point of the constant recaps? Boy, I really wish I was watching a cage match right now.
The danger! Now Bianca!
Sonya Deville's shoulder was completely off the canvas, yet the referee ignores it. What are we doing, parodying Ronda Rousey's loss at WrestleMania 35?
Maybe I'll step into the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Whoa, Corey, I get that you're excited for the Royal Rumble this Saturday, but I wouldn't go that far when it comes to a potential in-ring return. Believe me, I tried and got my number stolen.
To the outside they go.
The way Sonya Deville kicked Bianca Belair, there was no logical way in hell that it would cause Bianca to throw herself into the barricade like that.
She's got a mixed martial arts background.
I think even Sonya herself forgot that she's got a mixed martial arts background, which she should totally use in her arsenal. Might make her far more entertaining than she is right now.
And still, Raw Women's Champion.
Complete with your braid of hair caught in the Velcro, I guess. Another reason why WWE should bring back the actual snaps on the belt.
16,957.
Fucks, I don't give about the number of fans in attendance, but I'm glad he didn't say 957,000 again like before. Man, I feel bad for The Miz. He was once a prominent part of Monday Night Raw, including being WWE Champion and Intercontinental Champion, yet on the 30th anniversary of the show, he's just here to take a couple of stunners from Kevin Owens. And the worst part about it is nobody cares. What a shame. Just get us to the main event, please.
A-Town.
WWE announced that the main event was coming up next, yet it takes over 10 minutes before they actually get to the main event itself. Since WWE made the first hour of the show commercial free, they had a freaking orgy of commercials for the main event, including a commercial break beginning in the last 5 minutes of airtime. They really had to rush the ending of the show as a result. Here's 10 more sins for too many commercial breaks in 10 minutes.
This match, of course, is no disqualification.
This match is also either not shown due to commercial breaks or the commentators are reminding us that it's a no disqualification match.
What exactly does that mean here?
You don't know what a fucking no disqualification match means? How the fuck did you get a job as a commentator here? Wrestler who sets up a chair in the corner ends up being the wrestler that gets thrown into a cliche. Even though we had to rush the last minute of this show, Brock Lesnar returning always gets the biggest pops from the crowd due to how frightening he is. The audience determines who we want to see. Remember that.
F5! There he wins!
As it's an anniversary of something, guess it wouldn't be Monday Night Raw without me saying that victory due to outside